Hello and welcome to another WWE 2K17 Summerslam match simulation. I am joined, as always, for this event anyway, by my special guest colour commentator, Emir from the Raw Wrestling Talk podcast.
And it is absolutely a pleasure to be here doing this show and having you guys hear my voice, so thank you for having me.
And man, how many times have we done this intro now? like recording these back to back, and it's just been like constant intro outro. But yeah, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match between the somewhat thrown together and didn't always get along and now are getting along just fine team of Sheamus and Cesaro against the kind of thrown together, didn't always get along, and are now starting to get along okay team of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. So the Raw Tag Division is strong, clearly.
It's so interesting to see Cesaro and Sheamus. I mean, they more than get along famously now. If you notice, like, look at Cesaro, he'll wear a kilt out to the ring to show respect to his tag team partner, and Sheamus will
and Sheamus kind of wears the top half of Cesaro's old attire where he rips off the tux, doesn't he? Yeah, they kind of... Oh no, they wear t-shirts now, but they still rip them off like Cesaro did. So, yeah, they've kind of adopted each other's mannerisms and traditions. Yeah, it's good. Do you think we'll see... First question, do you think we'll see Shield entrance through the crowd or SWAT gear or anything Shield related on Ambrose and Rollins at SummerSlam?
That's such a good question, and I never even considered it.
I don't think we'll get the music because Roman's using the music.
Right. So here's the thing. I feel like you get all or you get nothing. As long as they can't use the music, I don't know. I think what happens is Dean, who I anticipate, I feel like Dean is the less popular of the two. I think Dean walks out first, and he gets about halfway down the ramp, and then he stops with a smile on his face, and then Seth music hits, and then he walks, and at some point they rest the way together, probably. Yeah,
that's potentially quite a good way to go. And you think just in the normal ring gear, not anything Shield related?
Yeah, at least for now, because it's like, here's the thing. I think everybody's feeling like this is a Shield reunion, but the reality is the Shield was 3 guys, not 2. So this really isn't a Shield reunion. Therefore, the timeline for how long this is going to last, it's probably not very long at all.
There's talk of, there's people speculating could they win the titles and then get Roman the Universal title, interfere in that match. I don't see that happening, honestly. I don't see a full-fledged Shield reunion. I think they're teasing it, but I mean, if they missed the chance to send Roman out when everyone was chanting Roman, which never happens, then they're just not interested in putting Roman back in the Shield at the moment. Like, they're just sticking to the guns, aren't they? They're not interested, so...
Yeah, I think it would be tough, too, because at least if you have Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose as tag team champions, you still think, well, you got 2 main event guys who just happen to be tag team champions.
Yeah.
But if you add Roman Reigns into the mix, all of a sudden you feel like, are they suggesting that these guys are somehow lower than Roman Reigns? So that's not a good look.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Right, so we keep the last few episodes, the last few videos. The match has been quite short, and we've actually missed out on getting the predictions done before the game predicted. So I want to do it early before we discuss the intricacies. So who you got? Who's winning? Team 2/3 of the Shield or Cesaro?
To be honest, I gotta say, I hope that Sheamus and Cesaro pull out the victory, and that's because they worked so hard to get the tag team titles. And I know everybody's like feeling super nostalgia right now, and like, oh my god, the Shield's back together. But it just doesn't make sense to me to have Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose win the championship their first time back out. I think what would be more interesting is if they have a rough go at it and their first time back out, they don't have as much chemistry as they remember, and they kind of bump heads in the match, and they end up getting frustrated at each other, and maybe that leads to a great rivalry between them individually.
Yeah, I mean, so you said you hope Cesaro win. Do you think they win? Or do you think the Shield are going to win? Like, it can be 2 different questions. Like, you can hope for one thing but still expect the other, or do you hope and expect the same thing? What do you think?
I think Sheamus and Cesaro win. I think that's what makes the most sense. Keep the belts on.
I wanted to get your full opinion out first because I knew exactly, this was one of the main matches I knew exactly what I was going to say coming into this video in terms of like a prediction. So, I think Sheamus and Cesaro win. And I don't know whether it's because of the Shield breaking down or whether the Shield break down because they lost because they just weren't good enough to beat Cesaro. But I kind of see Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins. I really want to see it, and I really hope to see, and I sort of expect to see the Ambrose heel turn. He's been face ever since the Shield broke up. He's a bit stale, in my opinion. He's not the lunatic fringe, as the Miz called him out on. He's just a bit quirky. You know, he's not that interesting, really. Seth Rollins is just really getting into the stride of things with his face run. I can see they could redo the feud between Seth and Dean, but the opposite way round, where Seth's the face and Dean's the heel now. As a potential. Also, oh no, it's a SmackDown event. I was going to say Hell in a Cell's coming up. Would they be the first ever guys to have 2 Hell in a Cell matches against each other? But I think did they even have a Hell in a Cell? I think they did. I think they did. But yeah, I think we could potentially either see Dean turn on Seth during the match or after the lose.
And that would be great because in that instance, turnabout is fair play, and Seth Rollins, he deserves that. He deserves to be turned up. And the thing about it is Dean Ambrose, I think, you're right, his gimmick is stale. He's not exciting. Like, when they were in the Shield together, the thing about him is he was the best on the mic, but he wasn't the best wrestler. That distinction belonged to Seth Rollins. And he wasn't, the big dog. Like, Roman Reigns was the big, imposing guy. Dean was just the best talker. I'm not a big fan of his style of wrestling necessarily, but I think that one thing that could help him along is let him be a bad guy. Let him go out there and talk some shit. And then Seth Rollins, you got his face on the cover of WWE 2K18. Let's get this guy some sympathy. We'll sell some video games, and everybody can have a good time.
Yeah, just worth noting, by the way, Seth Rollins has now hit 2 curb stomps and still not got the win with the tag team breakups and stuff. So Cesaro working well together to keep the title so far in the game. Yeah, I'm siding with you. Turnabout is fair play and blah blah blah, but logic has never mattered in terms of who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. And Seth Rollins would have all the sympathy in the world for putting all this work into getting Dean Ambrose's trust and being betrayed himself. Like that's just babyface sympathy if ever there was such a thing. It's fans would definitely side with him. And from what I've seen back on NXT, Dean Ambrose is quite a good, psychotic heel. So I'm looking sort of forward to, on his own, obviously we saw him as a heel in the Shield, but as a solo, he's pretty good at playing the old heel. So hopefully, could be good things going forward.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And here's something else. You mentioned that Seth Rollins had hit 2 curb stomps, which makes me think, why do we say, or WWE Creative, why do they say the curb stomp is it's too dangerous of a move, and Seth Rollins can't use it because we don't want kids at home to mimic it and then somebody gets injured. But then the move still appears on the video game.
Yeah, I set both the Seth Rollins finishes to the curb stomp because I don't like his pedigree and I don't like his knee finisher particularly. So I just set them to the curb stomp on the game. He already had 1 though, so by default. But yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, I think it's all a bit stupid. Oh, it's dangerous. Well, so's the pedigree. Like, if you misplace that, you drop a guy in his face, he's got less chance of protecting himself because you had hold of his arms at one point. So, if anything, the pedigree is more dangerous than the curb stomp. And in terms of not wanting people to copy it, again, if a kid at home with his mate copied a pedigree but didn't let go of the guy's arms, it's going to hurt. So you can't ban a move because people might imitate it, because then you'd have to ban every move. Like there, Cesaro just stamped on Dean Ambrose's head. Is that safe to copy? It annoyed me when it changed, because I was like, the logic in that is so flawed. Like, the reasoning is so flawed. It was a perfect finisher for him, in my opinion.
What's really good too is dude, Cesaro is so good. Look at how strong he is. Look at this. He just rolls. He's got the gut wrench going on. He never lets go of Dean Ambrose, and he just rolls into the next one after the other, and he can do this in real life. This guy is a machine.
My opinion on Cesaro is it is utterly baffling how he's not already a multiple-time world champion, because they're so determined to push Roman Reigns to the moon, and Cesaro seems to be everything they want Roman Reigns to be. Like, Roman Reigns, I don't know if you noticed, isn't as strong, like physically strong, as they book him to be. Like his schoolboy into a one-arm powerbomb, he struggles to hit that, and not on the biggest guys. He struggles to pull them up sometimes, you know, like, whereas someone like Cesaro could probably do that pretty convincingly. And if you look at them side by side, Roman Reigns isn't much bigger than Seth Rollins, who's booked as a cruiser, you know, flies around, you know, and does high-flying moves. Roman Reigns isn't all that much bigger than him, like, at all. Cesaro is very strong. He's a lot more athletic than Roman Reigns. He's over with the fans, which Roman Reigns is over, but in the wrong way. Cesaro, when he's a face, gets cheered, whereas Roman Reigns, when he's a face, gets booed. You know, so, you know, there's so much in Cesaro, and I'm like, how does Vince not love this guy? He's built exactly how Vince wants a wrestler to be built. And he's not terrible on the mic, let's be honest, especially for someone whose first language isn't English. He is not terrible on the mic. He's just a complete package, and I just don't understand why Vince doesn't see it.
Because he doesn't have hair. That's the answer.
He doesn't have hair. Well, Stone Cold. There's my answer to that. But, but like, it's just it's mind blowing to me. We've spoken about this. I was at WrestleMania and Cesaro, barring Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold in their opening segment, must have been, and Daniel Bryan, who was just on another level at that point, must have been the most over guy on the card. Like, and I'm not even kidding. When he was in that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he won it, didn't he? And when that happened, the crowd reaction was ridiculous. Like, and that was only at the start of the card, wasn't it? You know, it wasn't like, was it on the pre-show, or was it sort of second or third match? I can't remember, but it was early in the night anyway, and it was just like crazy popular, you know, that decision. And I was like, how do you then turn that guy, the most over face you've got, who's not Daniel Bryan, back heel instantly? You know, like, I just didn't understand the reasoning.
Yeah, there's got to be something to it, because another thing too, I can't remember who it was, but there was Cesaro went back down to NXT. It was like a one-off type of thing.
It was Sami Zayn he fought, and it was an amazing match, wasn't it? I remember.
Kind of say it's like this guy puts on the best matches. Yeah, we need to look into this. Perhaps there's got to be some reason why Vince doesn't believe it, because even a blind man could see that Cesaro is everything you need in a champion.
I mean, Vince was on Stone Cold's podcast, wasn't he? And Stone Cold questioned him on it, and he was just like, I just don't think he connects with the fans. So if that's what Vince sees, then he's just on a different planet to us these days, you know, because everyone can see Cesaro's over. No matter what Cesaro does, it gets over.
That's the problem. I mean, a lot of people criticize Vince, and I don't want to jump all over that train, but this is like this where it's just like, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, this guy should have been champion all the time.
Yeah, so sometimes you just think, I don't know what show Vince is watching while we're all watching Raw. Because, you know, like, it's just, it blows my mind that this is the same man who was in charge of the company who turned Stone Cold face and Bret Hart heel because that was the right thing to do and created the biggest megastar in the history of the business. And it's like, that was because he listened to the fans and Stone Cold was getting cheered and Bret Hart was starting to get booed. So he went, right then, let's do it. Let's pull the trigger, you know. And then he listens to Roman Reigns come out night after night. Roman Reigns could be the greatest heel in the history of wrestling. But he's not. He's a face. Like, he's booked as a face most of the time. He's a bit of a tweener, admittedly. Everyone in that scene is a bit of a tweener, but he just doesn't seem to have a clue, really, what he's doing, you know, like, with relation to certain talents. It's really strange.
Yeah, that whole Roman thing is just enough to boggle one. You know, I think it's that piece of pride where it's like, when you're Vince McMahon, it's not very often that you're wrong. And when you are wrong, it's so tough to swallow, because, you know, he comes out in the ring and he goes, well, frankly, I don't give a damn what any of you think. You know, and he means that. When he says that, that's for shoot. Like, that's 100% how he feels. And it's like, you know what? You guys call this the WWE universe. No, this is my universe, and things are going to be how I want it. You know, when Vince McMahon steps aside and Triple H is fully, like, at the helm of things, we will see a completely different WWE.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. If NXT is anything to go by, then Triple H has his creative head screwed on right, definitely. Yeah, I was just thinking while you were talking, if Vince McMahon really wants Roman Reigns to be the biggest thing in the business, then face Cesaro versus heel Roman Reigns, to me, would be such a big WrestleMania main event.
It would be. That's 2.
That's 3. Man, well, the game agrees with us, and I'm fairly surprised by that. I thought based on overall ratings and stuff like that in the game, and the fact that Cesaro aren't a team in the game, like, so they don't have the chemistry advantage. I thought Dean and Seth would win in the game, even though I expect Cesaro to win in real life. So why are they celebrating like they've just won the titles? There we go. Like, they're not new to you. You've had these for a while now. Like, chill out.
So they came across as a tag team. If you because I'm watching the match while we're talking, Dean and Seth didn't seem to gel well together.
They weren't breaking up the pins and stuff, whereas Cesaro and Sheamus were. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe the game's got it spot on. Maybe they just won't be that good as a team, and then, bam, break up instantly, heel turn. Or I mean, they could do face versus face, but I think face versus face has a special place, and it's called WrestleMania. Like, you can get away with just matches that are big for being big at WrestleMania, but I think the rest of the year round, the face-heel dynamic just works so... It's how wrestling was built. You know, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Good guys fight bad guys, you know.
Exactly.
So I think you need a Dean turn. They could turn Seth as a bit of a swerve, because so many people are expecting the Dean turn. But honestly, I just feel like Ambrose needs to turn. I feel like it's the only thing that'll make him less stale at the moment.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's time sensitive. So it's like, while the fans still care about him and they're still kind of invested in his career, if you don't turn him now, then they're going to lose interest, and then it won't even matter if he turns. Like, look at Dolph Ziggler. By the time they finally turned off, it was too late. Nobody cared anymore.
Yeah, no one cared either way. Yeah, the worst reaction is no reaction. Like, as much as I've just been slating the treatment of Roman Reigns, at least he's getting a reaction. It might not be the correct one, but at least it's not, quiet when he comes out.
Exactly.
Right, so let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to happen, who you think is going to win. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Amazing. You've been amazing. He's been Emir.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Hope you're hanging in there, and we will see you on the next episode.